Instagram Live from a desktop. Instagram just rolled out the ability to do that. If you have a professional account, which means if you have a business account or a creator account, and I believe anybody can just switch their account to one of those accounts if you don't have one, and then you'll have the ability to live stream on Instagram from the desktop, meaning that you connect your own software to Instagram. In this case, I'm using StreamYard, and I just connect through StreamYard. I select Instagram as the destination, and then I go and I get the stream key from Instagram. You go to create on Instagram. There's a create button on the desktop version of Instagram, and it'll give you a couple options, and one of them will say live video. And from there, you get the stream key. You paste that into StreamYard or whatever app you're using to go live. And then once you click go live, like when I click go live from inside StreamYard, that doesn't mean that I'm live on Instagram. That's connecting the feed to Instagram. I come back to the Instagram page on the desktop, and I wait for it to connect. Once it's connected and I'm able to see the preview of my video on the Instagram page, and this is a back-end page. This isn't a page that anybody else will see. Then I click go live or start live video, whatever it said, in the upper right corner of the little box that pops out, and that's the same place. Below that is where you'll see your comments. You'll also see an event log. So it tells me the broadcast was started 22 minutes ago, video stream was received 23 minutes ago, broadcast was created 55 minutes ago. So I sat on my hands for a little while before I actually went live. A few distractions, phone calls, things like that. It also gives me stream metrics, so we're streaming in 30 frames per second. The audio bit rate is 36.5 kbps, and the video bit rate is 38.1 kbps. So that's the event log. I click back to the comments. Jenny Q says, I think this could work if you have a guest and can stack screens on top versus side by side. Yeah, or you could go to... ideally you'd be using vertical, right? Ideally you'd be using some type of vertical distribution. But if you're going to multi-stream and you're going to choose Instagram as a destination, particularly if you're building a YouTube channel or you have a big audience on one of the other platforms, LinkedIn Live, Facebook, wherever, Twitch, then you want to be in landscape. You want to be in the usual typical video format, the horizontal video format on all those platforms. So this is a way that you can share that show on Instagram and people can listen and watch if that's a priority, if multi-streaming is a priority. The live stream expert asked, got here late, are you using OBS, StreamYard? Yeah, I'm using StreamYard for this. Gary says, vertical video is of the devil. Yeah, I think to make the most of the limited space, if you have guests and you're multi-streaming, so you really can't go live here in a vertical format, switching to the active speaker rather than, say, staying mostly inside, side by side or multiple thumbnail type alignment would probably be the way to go. So that at least what people are seeing is a little bit larger than if it's for really tiny boxes. But even so, a lot of the value in a live stream is in the audio, and this makes it so easy to have good quality audio for your show. And I think for me that's important. And the value, as wonderful as this is to look at, the value is in the conversation for probably 90 to 95% of live streams. And the most important thing is that people can hear you nice and clearly, that it's pleasant to listen, that they don't have to ride the volume up and down, that it's not breaking up. Because if it is, then that becomes a challenge. How good the video is It's a nice addition, but it's not the most important aspect of most live streams. And as I mentioned, you can add overlays. If you're in StreamYard, you have everything that you could have done on any other broadcast. You can play a quick video. For that matter, you could play a long video clip, but I won't make you sit through a long one. You can change your layouts and all different types of things. You can add your logo. You can put banners across the the bottom and so forth of the screen. Your lower thirds. You can have a scrolling text across the bottom of the screen. Like I say, all the things probably be a little tough to read scrolling text, but it's all the things that you would normally do on any type of broadcast, and you can do that here. Livestream Extra says your audio sounds excellent. Thank you, appreciate it. Got to have you on a show one of these days and talk to you about all the good things you're doing with live streaming and video. So I would say that from a host experience, this is, for me, far more enjoyable than holding a phone or setting up a phone broadcast, because I'm just going live with whatever I would normally go live with without any really much fuss. My setup is my setup, and now it's the same setup, the same software, the same pretty much everything for going live on Instagram. And the other great thing is now I can multi-stream shows here, which makes that content accessible to people who are Instagrammers and people who are very make a high priority out of this platform. And if they really want to watch it as where the video is full frame and everything, you can always come over to YouTube or X or one of the other platforms and watch it there. But as I see going on here, there's a great chat on this platform, and I think it's pretty cool. DTuggle312, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Again, if you're interested in using StreamYard, I'll just put my link in the chats. That's what I'm using. I'm using StreamYard. It's live stream. Oh, that's weird. When I go to type in the chat, it does not. It's not entering the text that I'm typing. Very interesting. Anyway, livestreamuniverse.com/StreamYard, livestreamuniverse.com/StreamYard. I'm Ross Brand. This is Livestream Universe. Thank you so much for joining. Great to see everybody. Oh, Chris Stone is here. You can't wrap up a show and Chris Stone comes in. That would be disrespectful. So good to see you, Chris Stone. Great to see you. Good to see DTuggle312. I'm finding it interesting that you can now use the desktop version to go live on Instagram. Yeah, you can use it now. They're rolling it out right now for professional accounts, which means if you have a normal account, you can switch to either a creator account or a business account, and then you'll have a professional account. I pretty much believe that's open to anybody to do. So if you don't have a business account or creator account, just switch your account over to one of those and go to livestreamuniverse.com/StreamYard, livestreamuniverse.com/StreamYard, and you can go for free here. You have a creative account, right? So that's going to be perfect. Then you're all set to go. Yeah, we'll chat, Carlos. Thanks for dropping in, and great seeing you, Carlos, at the New York City Video Creators Meetup the other night. That was a good time. Let me know in the chat if you plan to go live from desktop or not. I'm Ross Brand again, and I love this so far. I got to say, this is pretty cool. And thanks, everybody, for dropping in, lending your thoughts. And it's great to see you all. And we'll see you again. I'm sure I'll be live a lot more on Instagram now that we have this option. Take care, everybody.